Guppies have a mating system called polyandry, where females mate with multiple males. And multiple mating in this context is beneficial for males because the guppy male's reproductive success is directly related to how many times they mate. The cost of multiple mating for males is very low in this case because they do not provide material benefit to the females or parental care to the offspring. This would be the case, for instance, in other animals or even humans, where males provide significant benefits to the females and also to the offspring. This is also the case in fish, for instance. If you know cichlids, some of them take care of the offspring together, or seahorses, where the males take care of the whole parenting, so to say. Conversely, multiple mating can be disadvantageous for female guppy fish because it reduces foraging efficiency and increases the chances of predation and parasitic infection. This means that females can be stressed by multiple males approaching them, and therefore they can actually die because of stress and because they have less time to forage efficiently. And this is why it's really important to keep guppies in group sizes where females can escape multiple males that want to mate with them, and also in a tank that has enough space to hide for the females. However, females gain some potential benefits from multiple mating as well. For example, females that mate multiple times are found to be able to produce more offspring in a shorter gestation time, and their offspring tend to have better qualities such as enhanced schooling and predator evasion abilities. Female guppies mate again more actively and delay the development of a brood when the anticipated second mate is more attractive than the first male. And this may sound very human now, but bear with me, it's very interesting. Experiments show that remating females prefer a novel male to the original male, or even a brother of the original male with a similar phenotype, meaning with a similar look. And females' preferences for novel males in remating may even be able to explain the excessive phenotypic polymorphism in male guppies. That was very scientific, but it means basically that this may explain the multiple colors and shapes that male guppies have, because when females always choose different looking males, this puts a selective pressure on the look of the males to become more diverse, more colorful, and so on. And that's why we might have such a polymorphism in male guppies. Let's talk about inbreeding avoidance really shortly. You may have witnessed this in your own aquarium, that of course brothers and sisters, siblings mate with each other, or even guppy moms with their own offspring. And inbreeding ordinarily has negative fitness consequences. This is called inbreeding depression in biology, and as a result, species have evolved mechanisms to avoid inbreeding. Numerous inbreeding avoidance mechanisms operating prior to mating have been described in science already. However, inbreeding avoidance mechanisms that operate subsequent to copulation are less well known. That means inbreeding avoidance mechanisms that biology came up with happen after the two animals sex. In guppies, a post-copulatory mechanism of inbreeding avoidance occurs based on competition between the sperm of rival males for achieving fertilization. And in competitions between sperm from an unrelated male, from a full sibling male for instance, a significant bias in paternity towards the unrelated male was observed. And this is quite brilliant. This has developed by evolution somehow, and it means that if a guppy female was fertilized by its brother or its father, for instance, and a completely unrelated male, the sperm of the unrelated male has a higher likeliness of fertilizing the eggs of the guppy female. And this really prevents inbreeding, or lowers the likeliness for inbred offspring. Female guppy choice plays an important role in multiple mating as well. Female guppies are attracted to brightly colored males, especially the males with orange spots on the flank. And the orange spots can serve as an indicator of better physical fitness, as orange spotted males are observed to swim longer in strong currents. There is also the concept of color association to explain mate choice, since one of the food sources wild guppies compete for is the fruit of cabbage trees, which is an orange carotenoid containing fruit. The orange coloration that female guppies select for in males is composed of carotenoids. And the saturation of these carotenoids in a male's color is dependent by its carotenoid ingestion, so how much carotenoids the guppy male eats, basically, and its parasite load. That means, since guppies cannot synthesize these pigments by themselves, they must obtain them through their diet. That means, if you think about it, that males in the wild who are able to eat a lot of these carotenoids from these trees, they are better at competing with the other males, which means they should be, if everything else is equal, stronger males and have a lower parasitic load. That means they are less likely to have parasites. And because of this connection, females are possibly selecting for healthier males with superior foraging abilities by choosing mates with bright orange carotenoid pigments, and thus they increase the chance of their offspring surviving. And due to the advantage in mating, male guppies evolved to have more ornamentation across generations in low predation environments where the cost of being conspicuous is lower. The rate and duration of courtship display of male guppies also play an important role in females' mating choice. And what is meant by that? Courtship behavior is another indicator of fitness due to the physical strength involved in maintaining the courtship dance. This is called also sigmoid display, and it really looks beautiful. It's a dance in which the males flex their bodies in an S shape and vibrate rapidly. Female mating choice may also be influenced by another female's choice. In an experiment, female guppies watched two males, one solitary and the other actively courting another female, and were given a choice between the two. Most females spend a longer time next to the male that was courting, meaning next to the male that was already very active with the other female. It means female guppies' preference for fit males allow their descendants to inherit better physical fitness and better chances of survival. Predation. Guppies have many predators, such as larger fish and birds, in their native range. Some of their common predators in the wild are larger cichlids, but also killifish. Guppies' small bodies and the bright coloration of males make them an easy prey. And like many fish, they often school together to avoid predation. Schooling is more favored by evolution in populations of guppies under high predation pressure, exerted either by predator type or predator density. And male guppies rely on schooling, in particular the behavioral responses of females, to make anti-predator decisions. Coloration of guppies also evolves differentially in response to predation. That means that male guppies that are brighter in color have an advantage in mating as they attract more females in general, but they have also a higher risk of being noticed by predators than duller males. Male guppies evolve to be more dull in color and have fewer, smaller spots under intense predation, both in the wild and in laboratory settings. Female guppies in high predation environments also evolve to prefer brightly colored males less and often even reject them. Predator inspection. When guppies encounter a potential predator, some of them approach the predator to assess danger. This behavior, called predator inspection, benefits the inspector since it gains information, but also puts the inspector at a risk of predation. That means if a guppy comes close to a potential predator that could eat it, it risks being eaten, but it also knows more about it. To reduce the risk, the inspector guppy avoids the predator's mouth area, called the attack cone, and it approaches the predator from the side or from the back. They may also form a group for protection, the size of which is larger in high predation populations. Although evidence indicates predators are less likely to attack an inspector than a non-inspector, the inspectors remain at higher risk due to proximity to the predator. Risk-taking behavior such as predator inspection can be evolutionarily stable only when a mechanism prevents selfish individuals from taking advantage of this quote-unquote altruistic individuals. Guppies may adopt a conditional approach strategy that resembles tit for tat, meaning if other guppies inspect predators, they are more likely to do that for them as well and help them in their group, and vice versa. According to this hypothesis, guppies would inspect a predator on the first move, but if their co-inspectors do not participate in the predator inspection or do not approach the predator close enough, they can retaliate by copying the defector's last move in the next predator inspection visit. The hypothesis was supported by laboratory experiments that I will link here in the comments. If you like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps a lot. And I'm sure you will find this video here interesting as well. It's another documentary on guppy fish, which explains their history, their habitats in nature, and their taxonomy. Click here to see this next video.